Listen, I need to go soon. Now, you seem really cool. I don't know much about you, but I have a good feeling. Would you like to meet for a tea sometime?
The thing is that my boyfriend would be happy for that.
No, he would not be happy.
He would not.
You said he would be happy, and
Oh
I
no,
said no,
I'm
no,
sorry.
he would.
He would
All right,
not
well,
be
let's
happy.
just be Instagram friends, and we'll see what happens in the future.
All right, that's fine.
Good day, gentlemen. James Marshall here. In today's video, I'm going to be answering the often asked question, which is it possible to pick up a girl who has a boyfriend? And if so, how do you do it? In this video, I'll be breaking down 2 interactions of girls with boyfriends, and we will see, is it possible? Let's get into it. Excuse me, lady in red, how you doing? I'm not selling anything, I just think you're cute.
I'm sorry, thank you, but I'm really not.
Okay, let's hurry for 1 minute together. I can walk with you. So this approach happens on a busy street where people are often selling things, girls walking straight towards me. I try and stop her by saying a classic day game line, excuse me, madam, miss, I am not trying to sell you anything, I just thought you looked cute. I said it better than that, didn't I? And you see that as I'm opening, she keeps walking. So I basically turn on a dime and continue what I'm doing. So we drill this and train this in our live workshops all the time because this is very common. A girl is walking towards you, you try to do the opener and she just doesn't physically stop, although she is engaging in the sense she's looking at you and, let's say, responding to what you're saying. This is very different from the situation where you go, excuse me, and she blanks you and spits, and just hoons off, as we say in Australia. In that case, I just don't bother. But in a situation like that where she's giving her attention to me but she's not stopping, I have to be ready to just turn and continue to walk. Now, what I do is she says instantly that she's sorry, but she's busy. Standard thing that girls may say to blow off men that they just don't feel like talking to at that moment. And so how do we deal with that? With objection handling. Basically, I shouldn't be giving this away, but basically the formula is acknowledge the objection, step around it and create a solution. So I get it. If I start arguing with her and say, oh, come on, you sure you've got a few minutes to talk, it's not going to work. I'd say, well, in that case, I better rush with you. So I just create a solution to the problem, which is that she doesn't have time to talk. And now it's a shaky start, but it's the best that I could do with what I was given. So let's see what happens. What's your name? Hi, I'm James. What's up?
Nice to meet you.
I would give you a handshake, but I cut my thumb. It's not working very well right now. And where are you in a rush to today?
To meet friends?
Yeah. Are you late?
Sorry?
Are you late?
No.
Ah, okay. All right. Yeah, you're walking at a pretty chill pace.
Yes.
Yeah, and what's the plan with your girlfriends or friends?
Yes. Like hanging around somewhere?
Gossiping?
Yeah. Bro.
Do you have a good topic of gossip?
Not yet, but
Someone will have one, right? Okay, excellent. Someone brings the gossip, someone brings the tea. Getting into chit chat. Now I ask what she's doing, and I deliberately ask, is she late for her appointment? Because I need to just figure out what type of rush she's in. No, she's not. She's just strolling to meet her friends. Now this happens, I hear this conversationally on the mics all the time. So what are you doing right now? What are you doing today? She's going to meet friends. And that's where guys just draw a blank because they're like, oh shit, okay, she's meeting friends, or they're going, I'm going shopping with my friends, and then they don't know what to ask. Because fucking what do girls do when they hang out? I don't know. I do know. So what do I do with this? Instead of asking, a bunch of detailed questions about who they are and how do you know them and so on, which, okay, maybe I could have and it would have been right. I ask what they're going to do, and she says just meet up, right? So again, okay, what are they doing? They're just meeting up for coffee. Fuck, what do I do now? So I jump to a question which I know is going to have something in it. Are you going to be gossiping? And of course they are, because not only all women, but all humans gossip all the time, men and women. I think women are more famous for it, but we gossip too. You're like, did you hear about Daryl? Not looking good, is it? Yep. Both testicles? Yeah. Real conversation. Real talk. So I ask her, are you going to be gossiping? And this takes it immediately from this boring chit chat about meeting friends and a coffee and how many coffees you're going to have, whatever boringness that could have happened there, to this is a bit spicy. This topic has some emotional things in it because it's gossip. And I said, do you have some good, cool gossip? She's like, not sure. I said, someone's going to bring the tea. Darling. All right. Nice. All right. Nice. And what's going on in your life in general?
Everything's good.
Everything. You have a job? Good. You have a house? Somewhere you live?
Yep.
Good. You have friends. That's good. Do you have a pet?
No.
Would you?
Unfortunately, no.
Would you? Oh, you don't want a pet?
I would like to do this dog.
Yeah. You're more of a dog person than a cat person?
Yeah.
This is a good example of how to take what would have been a bland, impersonal, detail-based conversation very quickly into the personal, right? So I jump from the intro banter about the gossip, and then I go, okay, so what are you doing in life? And she says everything. All right, so I offer more, because if I'd said, what do you mean everything? Okay, she would have said some things, but then I'd start contributing and saying, okay, so you got a house, you got friends, you got a job. And then, do you have a pet? No. And then that leads into the pet conversation, which is kind of is it a routine? I don't know. People give more of a shit about cats or dogs. So here's me then talking about what type of person she is. She's more of a dog person, which means whatever it means. I'm more of a cat person because I don't need to look after it very much. I used to be that way, but I have a cat now, but she just arrived one day.
Yeah.
And she's super charming, and she acts like a dog, like she follows you in the rain.
That's cute.
So she's kind of a dog cat, shamanic cat. All right. I haven't watched this video in ages, so for some reason I'm just tuning in with my old self here. All right, so then I offer about what type of person I am, a little anecdote about my cat, and that's fine. All right, so this is me offering, because if I only draw information out, if I just, I could have easily then said, well, are you, as a dog person, would you say you're kind of loyal and slavishly subordinate to your master? That would have been fun. But in that case, I just offer stuff about myself, right? So often guys get pretty decent at drawing information or personal stuff out of a woman, but then they tend to stumble on contributing and talking about yourself. You don't need to talk about crazy fancy stuff. I've had a very interesting life, and here I am just talking about my bloody cat. It's not that interesting a topic, but it's a personal thing that we can both relate to. Yeah. And what do you want to know? I'm leaving soon, so if you want to ask me something, now's your chance.
That's nice. Where are you from?
I'm an Australian.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Are you on holiday here?
No, I live here half the time in Portugal.
That's nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I come here in the summer when things are fun, and then go other places when it's grumpy and cold. Now, this is a thing that I do sometimes, and I've seen people in the comments saying, don't do that, James, or people have got opinions about it. And I sometimes agree. Like, this is not always the best thing to do. Well, what I'm talking about here is when I said, okay, what do you want to know about me, or what do you want to ask me, however I phrased it. Sometimes that might be a bit of an abrupt thing to do, but what I found is in a situation like this where I know now by the 2 or 3 brackets of conversation that we've had so far that she's kind of passive in this conversation. She's answering things, she's smiling, she's friendly, but she's not asking anything back, right? And I give enough of a pause that I can see that she probably won't, so I just force it, right? So this is and I'm using more of a dominant frame here, and I go, okay, what do you want to ask me? And then she's like looking at me startled, and I say, I'm leaving soon, so, think of something. And of course, whenever I do this, they always ask, where are you from? Because girls often aren't any better at conversation than we are. And okay, but you see that instantly that sets it off that now she is just asking follow-up questions because she wasn't sure where to start or didn't think to because she's a girl and girls don't have to put in effort if they're hot often. So I'm like, nah, some effort please, lady. And in this case, I think that it worked, right? So now she's asked me stuff. And again, I don't just answer with one word. Australia, she says, do you live here? And if I just said yes or no, or sometimes, I'm offering more than she asks for. Right, so keep that in mind as another conversational piece you need to work on. If you're in an interaction and the girl is asking you questions because either you forced her to or she just did, then don't be like a shitty chick who's giving you one-word answers, right? Give more. She says, where are you from? Well, that's an interesting question. 77 years ago. Don't pontificate too much, but you know what I mean. Yes, what else? One more question.
Which one do you prefer, Portugal or Hungary?
Honestly, Portugal.
Yeah,
now, no offense to the Hungarians. Yeah, Portuguese are much more chill and fun,
Yeah,
let's
of
say.
course. I can understand.
But I also like the kind of stoic darkness of Hungary as well. I like both. So yeah, when I've had enough of grumpiness, I go back to Portugal. When I've had enough of people smiling, I come back here.
Yeah, that's right, actually.
Yeah. She has a follow-up question. Which do you prefer more, Budapest or Portugal? I say, well, and I'm honest, right? I just say, yeah, actually, I prefer Portugal because there's some advantages to Portugal over grumpy old Hungary. And she agrees, right? So another common thing that guys do is they try to be agreeable all the time. They're in a city, like often I'm traveling a lot, but I'm in cities where there's positives and negatives to them, and they might be really awesome and vibrant, but they might be really poor and fucked up, or there might be a lot of corruption or whatever, right? So when someone says, "Oh, do you like X city?" I don't just, because so many times I hear on the mic, girl says, "Do you like Budapest?" And the guy says, "Yes, I really like the architecture." And then what? Like even like that means nothing. If I said what I like about this city is that it has elements of like majestic, regal, imperial architecture, but then it also has this kind of fucked up, broken down underground feel as well. I think it's a really cool, funky combination. Cool, that's me explaining the truth about what I think about Budapest. Okay, so here I'm not being agreeable. I'm just going, yeah, no offense, but your country sucks and this one's a bit better. That shows that I'm not gushingly trying to qualify myself to the girl.
Listen, I need to go soon. Now, you seem really cool. I don't know much about you, but I have a good feeling. Would you like to meet for a tea sometime?
Here I go for a quick close. So it hasn't been a long interaction. Honestly, I'm just like, this is just a average interaction. She's not giving a great deal. May as well go for the close. You never know what's going to happen. And I do what I call a contextual close. So if I just said, we said, oh yeah, Budapest sucks and Portugal's great. Anyway, can I have your number? Like, that would be very weird. It doesn't make any sense. But because I say, listen, I'm going to go. So this is a pre-frame to a close, essentially. So I go, look, I have got to go, but you seem really lovely. I don't know very much about you, right? But then this is now my reason why I can go for a close in a short amount of time, and my reason to see her again. It's not just that she looks nice in her black shorts, which she does. It's that, okay, you seem nice. I don't know anything about you, but I want to find out more. That's my reason to see you again. So would you like to meet for a tea? Okay, let's find out. Is it going to happen?
The thing is that my boyfriend would be happy for that.
No, he would not be happy.
He would not.
You said he would be happy. And
Oh,
I
no,
said, no,
I
no,
thought
he would.
he would
All right,
not
well,
be happy.
let's just be Instagram friends and we'll see what happens in the future.
All right, that's fine.
All right. It's lucky I corrected you because you almost got him in trouble. Now,
Thank you so much for that.
it's all right. I understand what you're trying to say. Okay, maybe just write it there because my Wi-Fi is broken at the moment. I need to get it fixed. And your name again was... It's a really cute name. I like it. Okay, lovely to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Take care. See ya.
Ta-da! I have a boyfriend and he would be happy, is what she said. And so I correct her on that. He would not be happy. Oh, he would not. Depends on what he's into. Some guys are into that kind of thing. And that's why I had to check, because if it was a case of him being chained in the corner, so be it. I'm an open-minded man. Anyway, so she says, okay, no, boyfriend. And I go, all right, let's just become Instagram friends then. Why do this? Because it's the only thing I can do in this situation, really. Right? Like, and maybe sometimes if there was a even better vibe, like let's say it was a longer interaction, the girl really liked me, and then I say da-da-da, and she says, oh, I can't because of boyfriend, but you get the feeling she wished she could. Then I might add a bit more to that and say, all right, listen, I don't want to cause you any trouble. I don't want to blow up your phone or, cause you any drama, but why don't we just stay in touch on Instagram? We'll see what happens in the future. I don't say, give me your Instagram, and then when you break up, I want to be the rebound dick. I'm saying that, okay, I'm now entering the group of backup males that you have, which all hot girls have, for when a relationship ends, and I make that clear that I'm not going to cause you any trouble. I'm not going to blow up your phone. In this case, I didn't do it. I'm just like, all right, in that case, let's do this. And she's like, yep, sweet, let's do it. So, what am I going to do with that? Okay, I'm not going to text her straight away and go, so can we have a date? This is the kind of thing that you do over time. This kind of thing happens often. You collect, whether it's a number or an Instagram, and then you post some stuff, and then 6 months later, you post a photo, and that girl likes it, right? Or you notice on her reel that she's like, new red dress, single, ready to mingle, or whatever it is. There's some indication that, okay, now she's out of the relationship, or she just likes something, a post of yours. This is kind of the only way that I personally use, well, one of two ways that I use Instagram strategically. I fucking hate Instagram. I have no interest in being on it. The only thing I do with it is once in a while I put up a cool photo of me doing something cool, and then I check who likes the stuff. Right, and I have gotten laid out of that many times in the past because, yes, this happens. 6 months later, girl likes it, and then I just write her a message and say, hey, stranger, how's life? And then she says, well, I haven't been fucked in a year and whatever, and then it's back on. Right, so this is for your kind of longer-term leads. All right, so there we go. I think that's the best that I could have done in that situation. Yes, I got a contact. It's not super solid. I'm not going to see that girl tomorrow, but I add that to the list of works in progress. All right, let's check out the next one. Actually, no, changed my mind. I was editing this video and realized it was too long for the attention span of the internet, so I split it into 2 parts. Stay tuned for part 2 of how to pick up a girl who's got a boyfriend, coming out in just a few days, where I'll be giving more techniques on this common issue. Now, if you'd like to get your dating life sorted in 2026, spring has sprung, as you can see, which means good weather, which means girls in shorter attire and people out there frisky getting ready to mingle. Are you going to be part of it, or are you going to sit on the sidelines this year? Don't do that. Come and join me for my upcoming workshop in Budapest, Hungary from the 4th until the 10th of April. I'll be joined by the one and only Gareth Jones and a very special guest coach as I take a small group of gents around the streets of Budapest and teach them the fine art and science of natural style day game. That is how to meet strangers in everyday places and turn them into your lovers and girlfriends. It's fun, it's good, and I know what I'm doing. So if you'd like to join, click the link below, put in your details. You can book in a free call with my team. I'll have a chat to you about your situation, and hopefully we can help you out coming up very soon in April. There's only 2 spots left, so get onto that. And that's all I have time for. We'll see you for part 2. Peace.